Well, hello everyone. This is Lynn Hamilton, your lead instructor here at Samson Properties, along with my little cardinal friend, because if you know, you know. So in this quick episode, we're going to be talking about the daily task that matters and your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, what that really is and why it's important to have it mapped out. So let's go ahead, dive right on in. All right. So on our first slide here, we want to talk about where you need to start. First off, download this worksheet. You can retrieve it off of my website under bonus handouts, or you can always get it from Cardinal Nest. In the search box, you just type in daily tasks and this should populate up for you. And bada boom, there you have it. So the first thing you're going to do is ask yourself, how many hours are you going to commit to working on your business this week? Now, in Jumpstart Session 4, we broke down the difference between working on your business and in your business. So in this, we want to talk about how many are you going to be working on your business. You can control that. You can't always control how many hours you're going to be working in your business based off a call that you may get, that someone's ready to go buy, someone may need to list. That is working in your business, but you can control the working on your business. So the next question you ask yourself is, when are those hours going to get scheduled? So let's say in the question of how many hours you're going to work on your business this week, you say 20. So then the next question comes in is, when are those hours going to get scheduled? Look at your calendar, map them out. Then the next question is, what tasks need to get done during those blocked off time frames? And oftentimes agents make the mistake of, oh, well, I need 2 hours to do something. Often you don't. You may need 15 minutes or 30 minutes, and that's all that's needed. So ask yourself, what are the tasks that need to get done in those blocked off time frames? And there you have it. You're ready to actually get your week up and started. Okay, so once you've downloaded the form, this is what it's going to kind of look like. It's time to sharpen your skills. So again, we've already answered the question is, what is your work schedule for the week? How many hours are you going to work? When are you going to put those hours in? We got a little cheat sheet for you there. And then I always like to ask, what are the top 3 things that need to get done this week? The first one, and we've got a box here for you to write it in. What's the first thing? Come heck or high water, you need to make sure that you get done this week. Jot it down, and then obviously you're going to look at your calendar and say, okay, when am I going to get that task done? And write it on your calendar. If it's a digital, put it on your calendar. And when you're done, highlight it off as completed. Then the next thing we're going to talk about real quick here is the daily task, or even sometimes the weekly tasks that need to get done and why. So first off, the first thing is, if you are available on Monday morning at 10:30. I would hope that you're going to join us for a boost. It's going to help get your week planned out and mapped out ahead. One of the first things you want to do is you want to visualize your day. What's on the schedule that's already committed for, what time blocks are there. If you need to set a timer to go off 5 or 10 minutes before the set event, do it. Because it's too easy to get caught up in something, get sidetracked, and then all of a sudden you're 30 minutes into the class you were going to log in on and you've totally lost it. So take a moment there. If there's something on your calendar for the day that you want to make sure that you don't miss, then you know what? Set a timer, an alarm on your phone. We all have a phone. I know you do. All right, so the next thing that we'd like to recommend you do is go ahead and review your calendar. Make sure that the training opportunities for the week are on there and that you've got it blocked in and set aside. Marketing activities for the day or the week. Now, in Jumpstart Session 4, when we go through what are your 26 options of your marketing pillar, I suggest you pick out 2, 3, or 4. Your database will always be 1, and the second, third, or fourth pillar will help give you a stronger, more sustainable business. Now, but the question is, what week of the month are you in, and what particular pillar are you focusing on this week? Remember, we explained week 1 of the month is your database. Week 2 is your second pillar. Week 3 is your third pillar. Week 4 is your fourth pillar. So if you put that on your calendar, whether it be digital or in print, and now you focus on that particular pillar for the marketing that you need to do that week for that pillar. There you go. It's going to keep your sanity. So we've already got that done. Now then, writing a personal thank you note, whether it be a thank you, a birthday, congratulations, house anniversary, whatever it is, take a moment to jot out a quick note and send it to somebody. Texting is great, emails are great, but there is nothing that carries more weight and more power than a handwritten card over something, even if it's just say, hey, was thinking of you. There you go. All right, so get that done. Check that off your list. Next thing is you're going to go to your social media posts. Do you have any social media posts that need to be made for the day? And if you do, knock it out, get it done. Next important step, review the transactions that you are currently working on and make sure that you are giving a weekly or daily or at least minimum weekly update to your clients about what is going on and what is happening. Next, we want to take a moment to look at the Bright MLS, your MLS system. You want to see what is new, what has gone pending, what is sold in your footprint or any particular area that you're interested in and working with. So know what's going on the MLS. Oh, look, we've seen that I'm just making up the number for the example, 522 new properties that have just went on the market. Now, of that 522, 137 are condos or townhouses, and the other are single family homes. At least you now have an idea of what's going on in the market and a little bit of a talking point. All right. The next step, you want to make sure that you are checking your Cardinal Nest for any new updates or any new posts. There you go. You go on over to the Cardinal, while you're on the Cardinal Nest on the home page, you're going to go to the calendar and double check to see what is on schedule for the week and make sure that if those are important to you, you've got them time blocked on your calendar and the alarm set to go off 5 to 10 minutes before the actual class. All right, the next one down is you're going to make sure that you log into your Bold Trails or Lofty or whichever CRM platform you are using to see if there's anything new, anything that needs to be addressed, any flags or to-do tasks that you got in there, and knock them out and get them done. If you haven't already, you're going to post a new post onto your blog. Again, that can be done daily, that can be done weekly. And don't forget, here at Samson, we have two phenomenal options for you. First off, Cardinal Nest, in the resources box, type in blog. There's already a library built out of about 30 grab and go posts that you can use. That was before our partnership with Keeping Current Matters came into play. That, my friends, if you are actually going to be doing any social media and are not using Keeping Current Matters, shame on you, but make that one of your priorities for the week is to go learn about that, know what it can do, see how easy it is, and take advantage of it. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to study or review one page or one paragraph of your contract. This is particularly valuable if you are fairly new in the industry. Agents see that there's 15, 18, 20 pages to a contract and disclosures, and they panic and freak. The first time you read them should not be in front of a client or trying to prepare one for a client. So this is why we add this into your weekly, daily task to do, is to review one paragraph at a time and then ask yourself, okay, that makes sense. But if a buyer were to ask me what that paragraph meant, what would I say? If a seller were to ask me what that paragraph meant, what would I say? And if you, honest to God, cannot answer that question, then flag it and highlight it. That's when you go to your broker or your mentor and say, hey, I was reviewing my contracts. This one kind of stumped me. When it comes up, what's a great way to respond or to handle that particular paragraph? Boom. That's how your strength and your confidence comes. You do not practice on your clients. Be prepared ahead of time. All right. So the next thing down is you want to learn something new in the tech department every week. Now, that could be from your MLS, that could be from your website, that can be from social media that you're using, that could be from, let me see, Canva, it could be from Real Scout, it could be Keeping Current Matters. Do you want me to keep going? Because there's a list. There's a lot of new things and new techniques that you can pick up on. Tackle one a week and learn something new. Keeps your brain active and healthy as well. Could be AI even. There you go. We've given you some tips there as well. You want to make sure that you are then taking a moment to refill your brain with good positive energy. So you want to listen or read to something motivational or educational. You do want to take 30 minutes to check your business emails. Now, Most agents, if they're very active, will check their business emails in the morning, in the afternoon, mid-afternoon, and then before the day's end, before they shut off. So again, keeping up on those, you should not have 200, 300, 500, 1,000, 100,000 backed up emails in your inbox. We've done a whole class on that. Don't give me a heart attack and make me go through that again. All right, so there you go. So stay on top of your emails as well, your business emails. If you're working, you check your business emails. If you're off, that's when you check your personal emails. Don't mix up the two. All right, so you also want to make sure that you're up to date on the contract trends and the market stats. Now, Donnie gives you the market stats every Friday in the weekend update. He even has the contract trends in there. You should be getting the email from Cardinal Title with the contract trends. And you should also be listening to the 10 or 15 minutes at the end of the week of Donnie's weekend update. That is going to also give you talking points. If somebody asks, so how's the market? You don't want to say, oh, I don't know, I'm not paying attention. You want to be able to grab one or two of those talking points based on the footprint that you are in and have a talking point. I'm glad you asked. I track those numbers every week, and what I'm seeing is this. It makes you sound educated and informed. The next thing you want to do is familiarize yourself with any new listings in the area. You're checking the MLS, see what's on there and see what's happening. Okay, so there is your daily or your weekly to-do task. Now, let's talk about the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is 5 calls a day that you're working, 4 text messages, 3 emails, 2 market snapshots, annual review, CMA. They're all the same thing. There you go. You need to be at least doing 2 and then adding 1 new contact to your database. Now, on that, in Jumpstart Session 3, when we educate you on how to make your database a well-oiled functioning machine, we talk about the fact that there are 4 categories within your database. There is your SOI. By now, hopefully, if you've listened to that, you know how to tag them an A, a B, a C, and a D, and what that means. We have your transaction partners. We have your service providers. We teach you how to get them as well. And Samson agents and other agents that you've come in contact with over the week. Now, that is where you're adding 1 new contact to your database, because all 4 of those components, yeah, you want to focus on building out your SOI, but the other categories can be just as important as well. So there is your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 per day on the days in which you are working. Now, if you're working 5 days a week, look here, we've got the 5 days all mapped out for you on a front back printout. If you're only working 3, then you do it 3. 2, there you go. 1, yeah, you can get away with 1, but you're going to be going real slow in this business as well. All right, my friends, that is how you take your daily tasks, weekly tasks, and your to-do list, along with your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and make your time more effective and more valuable and more beneficial. With that, go get it under control. And with that, we'll see you in the next session. I'm going to say bye for now. See you in the next class.